Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Carey here. Welcome to Shirt School Live. This is the weekly live show where we review your stores, we give you honest feedback, honest critique, help you grow, help you get better, and we are here. We are live. It is October. I guess it was October last week, but it's October 8th, and I'm pumped to be here. It's a great day here in Oklahoma. It's actually back to hot, so I know I always talk about the weather, but it was cooling down there for a little bit. Now it's 93 today, 94 tomorrow. I'm tired of the hot. It's crazy, but we are here and we're hanging out. It's a good week. My daughter had a ballet. She's 3. She had a ballet. I don't want to call it a recital, but like a little show this morning. So I went to her ballet studio and she just stood there the whole time. Like I took a video, and I'm not going to show it to you, but that was interesting this morning. So she just stood there like blank the whole time, but still cute. You know, she's 3. But it's a great week here. Let's say hi to some people. Danielle, I see you from Texas. What is up, Danielle? So glad to have you here. I see quite a few people watching here at the beginning. That's cool to see you guys tuning in early today. What's up, Danielle? I'm so glad that you're here. I love Texas. I feel like I'm Texan a little bit, but maybe not. I'm Oklahoman. Quintel says first time here. Quintel, I feel like it's not your first time here, but I believe you. I think I've just seen you on other streams and that kind of thing. So good to have you here, Quintel. I see a few people already submitted their stores today. I'm going to have you wait. I see Karen. Karen, I know if you're watching, I see that you submitted your store. I'm actually going to have you wait until I ask you guys to go ahead and submit stores today. We're going to do things a little bit different today. If you didn't read the email or you didn't see the post, we're actually going to take your stores from the crowd today, and I want to just review them in real time, which is going to be a lot of fun. But I want to ask you to not drop your link in the comments until I ask for those links to give everybody a fair shot. So Karen, you're welcome to submit your website here in just a little bit whenever I call for them, but I'm going to skip past that. But it's good to have you here, Karen. Lawrence, what is up, Lawrence? Lawrence says first time. Good to have you here, Lawrence. Sped says Ben. Hi. I'm assuming your name is Ben. If your name is Ben, good to have you here, Ben. Quiet Pirate is always tuning in and hanging out. It's good to have you here, Quiet Pirate. From Sunset Beach, North Carolina. Corey, what is going on, my friend? Ronnie says, Pirates suck, go Pack. I'm a 49ers fan, and old Aaron Rodgers beat us. I don't know, what was that, 2 weeks ago? That was a crappy game. Anyways, Durham, North Carolina. What's up, Ronnie? My friend James is here. Looking forward to learning something new. I am as well. My friend Dodd is here. Good to have you here, Dodd. RF says, didn't know you had a daughter. So that must be nice. I do love having a daughter. So I have a son, Calvin, who is about to be 6 in January. And I have a daughter, Sage, who is 3. She's about 3.5. And it's a fun age. My son is like the best child ever. Like he loves his sister. He's sweet. He takes care of her. He does great in school. He's super smart. He's fun to hang out with. He likes all the fun things that dads wish for their son to like superheroes and monster trucks and all that kind of stuff. So my son is like the perfect child. My daughter, on the other hand, is 3 years old. If you have a 3-year-old, you know that it's not really the terrible 2s, it's the terrible 3s. So we're in that stage right now of growing up as a little girl. Lots of emotions, lots of fits, all kinds of stuff, but we're hanging in there. She is the best. Joseph's here from Plano. Danielle says, no store yet. Here's what I'm talking about. Josh says, just signed up for the challenge. Looking forward to this live. So I want to talk a little bit about the challenge here in just a second, and then we will get into store reviews today. But Josh, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for calling that out. I see a couple questions there from Michael. Michael, it's good to have you here. I'm going to storm through these because I want to get going here. I know we're just saying hi to some people. Larry, good to have you here from Indiana. Michael, glad you're here. Kelly LeCule is here. What is up, my friend? Always good to have you here. RF says 3-year-olds are a wild ride. All right, let's continue to move forward here into our live stream today. I'm glad that all of you are here. It's so good to see you guys, and it's an honor to get to do what I do. So I'm super happy to be with you today. Couple just quick announcements, and then we will jump into the store reviews. So taking a look at the calendar, I'm taking a look at my calendar. I just want to let you guys know that we will be here for Shirt School Live next week on Friday, but we will not be here on the 22nd. So we will not have Shirt School Live on the 22nd. That is week after next. but we will be here next week. The reason we will not be having Shirt School live is because, dun, 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 somebody give me a drum roll. We got our 5-day Launch Your Brand Challenge coming up on October 18th. That is coming up in about 10 days or so. So I wanted to take a quick second and invite you, if you guys have not been a part of a Launch Your Brand Challenge before, if you've never done this, or if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I want to just take a minute and talk to you about that. We do a 5-day challenge where I go live every day for 5 days in a private group. And the idea of the Launch Your Brand Challenge is to help you start and launch your own profitable online t-shirt or apparel business. And I help you do that in 5 days. Anybody, I think, who has been a part of the challenge, you guys know how amazing these are and how fun they are and how much information we give. And so if you're a Shirt School student, you have some of the replays in your members area and that kind of thing, but you're always welcome to be a part of it. If you're already a Shirt School student, we'd love for you to be a part if you just want that extra kick in the butt. It really is a kick in the butt to kind of get going, get in gear if you're not in gear. But this is really designed for people who are brand new. If you don't have a Shopify store, if you don't have a print-on-demand store, even if you don't have an idea for a brand or for a t-shirt store, this is like such a great opportunity for you to learn with us and for us to help you come up with an idea, come up with a niche, come up with a name, start getting your t-shirt designs created, build out your store. And things are a little bit different for this challenge. This is our 6th challenge, I think. So it's a little bit different. I'm going to tell you the biggest change to the challenge real quick. And Danielle, I see you. I'd love for you to sign up and join us for the challenge. That's why I'm going to tell you how to sign up here in just a second. But the biggest change for this Launch Your Brand Challenge, I'm going to be transparent and honest with you guys. This is the first challenge which we are actually charging money for. The challenge is normally free, and this challenge is actually going to be $7. Okay, it's about the price of your cup of, your daily cup of coffee, so it's $7. But I want to be transparent with you guys. The reason we are charging for this Launch Your Brand Challenge is because we want to get rid of the people who are not serious. Just being honest. When it's free, for whatever reason, we get a ton of people, literally thousands of people that sign up that don't take it seriously and don't actually show up for the live trainings. They don't do the challenges. And so we are charging a measly $7, but just that $7 will weed out a lot of the people that won't take it seriously. So the people that I'm talking to on the stream, if you would like to join us for that 5-day Launch Your Brand Challenge, it is $7, and that just reserves a spot. We do actually have limited spots this time. We're really just trying to make it a better experience overall, get rid of some of the spam that's in the group, some of the freebie seekers that aren't really there to learn how to make money with an apparel business or build an apparel business. So we're making this a lot better. So yeah, and Quiet Pirate says $7 is a bargain. Like, I don't have to sell it to you guys. Like the information I give away during that 5 days, we literally could charge thousands of dollars for, like no joke. And so it's really in depth. It is really good. And yeah, RF says strangers do take advantage of the free stuff. So let me kind of finish this up because I'm taking too long. I know you guys want to get into the store reviews. If you would like to sign up, I'll leave this up for a little while. The Launch Your Brand Challenge is starting on October 18th. I'm really excited about this one, maybe more than even past ones, because I think everybody's going to take it really seriously. But if you just go over to carrieegler.com/LYB, carrieegler.com/LYB, you can sign up, $7, get in there. Yeah, John says it's worth every penny. That's a stupid price. But what do I want to say? Oh, if my team is watching, if Caitlin's watching, if you can drop that link in the chat, in the comments for me, just to make sure everybody has that. carrieegler.com/LYB is the link. So I'll leave that up for a little bit. If you'd like to sign up for that, we would love to have you. All right. I want you at this time, at this moment in the live stream, it's going to be really good. If you've already signed up for the challenge, just get pumped because it's going to be really excited. I think Owen, I just saw you come through. I think you signed up in the last couple hours. So glad to have you here. So what am I doing? All right. I want you to prepare your fingers if you're on a computer. I want you to prepare your thumbs if you're on your phone. And I want to ask you, I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and drop your store link. When I do a 3, 2, 1, wait, don't drop your store link yet. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, go. When I do that, drop your store link in the chat. I mainly can just see YouTube, just so you guys know. If you are watching, I see comments from Facebook, but not all of them. It kind of depends. I don't see all the comments. So I'm going to make it as fair as possible. What I'm going to do is I am going to pick the first 3 that I see come up on my screen to review your store right here on this live stream. So we're changing it up. We're going to have some fun today. We're just going to pick 3 from the comments. We might do this from time to time because I have a huge list of stores of people that have asked for a store review. And so I want to give the most amount of people an opportunity to get their store reviews. So I might do this maybe once a month where I just do it in real time and just request the links from you guys, which makes it a little more interesting. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Drop your links to your store in the comments. I will take the first 3 that pop up on my screen. I apologize if it's first on your screen, but not first on my screen. I'll just take the first 3 that I see. So the link to, you guys go ahead and drop your store links. While you're doing that, I'm just going to answer Joseph's comment here. The link to LYB brings up a page not found page. I probably need to adjust this, Joseph, because it needs to be all lowercase to come up, and I put those uppercases in there. Just make sure it's lowercase. CarrieEgler.com/LYB should bring you to the correct page. I've got it up on my screen here. CarrieEgler.com/LYB. It's probably just the capitals, so make sure you take the capitals out. I'm waiting for store links. There we go. All right, I got Dot. If you have your funnel up, drop it. I'd love to review it. I'm open to funnels. So I've got one from Karen. You guys must be slow or my internet connection's slow, one of the two. But I'm asking for 3 stores. I've got one right now. Karen has dropped it in there. The first one I've got is surfvillain.com for our first store review today. And waiting on 2 more. The floodgates are open. Drop your link. Drop it. Go. Go. Dodd will put his in test mode. Better hurry up. You better hurry up, Dodd. I thought people would be jumping to get it, to put theirs in there. Unless I'm not seeing them. May not be seeing the URLs. You may have to... sometimes the comments block the URLs, which is a weird thing. I don't know exactly what the requirements are there, but I might be missing some of them. Let me go check another place here and just see if I'm missing some. A couple people don't have one. I see Super Beachy from Quiet Pirate, but I don't see your URL there. You might need to put like a space or something to get that in the comments. Yeah, I'm only seeing Karen's right now. I think it might actually be blocking those out. It's interesting. So maybe put like some spaces. Put like Carrie space T space.com or something, just so I can see it and be able to pull it up. While we're waiting for those, as I said, the platforms may be blocking a few of those, so I apologize if it doesn't let you drop the URL in there. You might have to like space it out or something in your comment for it to show up for me. So right now I'm only seeing surfvillain.com. My plan is failing. My plan is just failing right now. It's okay though. I see fameternal.com. Okay, I got that one. So we've got 2 right now. We're just looking for 1 more. While we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get surfvillain.com pulled up so we can review that first one. But I'm waiting for 1 more store. Okay, let's see. Okay, Karen, that is not working for me. I'm failing miserably today, but that's what happens. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. And that's okay if you guys don't have a store. That's okay. I'm just looking for 3 people that do have a store that would like me to review. Okay, I got Larry there, MrQsTees.com. All right, looks like we have 3 here. We might need 1 more. We'll see. Karen, I am looking up surfvillain.com and I'm getting nothing for that. Maybe I typed it in wrong. Surfvillain.com. There we go. All right, we got it. So we got surfvillain.com. I'm gonna go ahead and take this little. Let's see. I'm gonna keep it like that. All right. So surfvillain.com. We've got Karen here. Let me look at my chat here to see. Mr. QsT. Yeah, some people still finishing up their site. That's totally fine. No problem with that. All right, Karen. Good to have your store here. Let's take a look at this store. So first impressions. Again, guys, I'm doing this off the cuff, so whatever thoughts are kind of coming to my head. Firstimpressions.com. Okay, First Impressions are, I thought this was going to be surf related. It still could be, but judging by the name, I thought it was going to be purely kind of surf related. So the first thing I always look at is kind of branding and then kind of niche. You know, what is the niche? So I'm not getting the niche right off the bat. So custom design anything for special gifts, events, email me your idea. Okay, let's shop our products. That's kind of what we've got. Okay, interesting. So we've got kind of like designs that are kind of all over the place, right? Just tons of different designs, all different niches. So Karen, really interesting website you've got here, really interesting store. Here's what I would say as a positive is I would say obviously you've got some design skills. I love some of the all over print stuff that you're doing. I think some of these are really, really great from a design perspective. The big thing that I would point out here, the big thing is like you don't really have a niche, right? I talk a lot about niching down and really picking one niche to go with. What happens is when people come to your website and they don't immediately know what this website is, there's kind of a mismatch in the messaging, right? So if you message to me, let's just say I'm a 32-year-old dad from Oklahoma. I play guitar. I'm interested in business, different things like that. I love football, I love basketball, different things of my hobbies. If you send out an ad or a marketing to me, specifically to me, and I come to this website and I see all of this other stuff, it's kind of it's a mismatch, right? So it makes it really hard for you to market when you don't have a niche, which right now this store, it just doesn't have a niche. It's more general, right? It makes it really hard to market, and it makes it really hard to have success with it because you don't really know who your customer is that you're trying to go after because there are so many different customers here. A lot of people make the mistake, guys, of wanting to be everything to everyone, right? And if you've heard me say this before, one of my things I say, which is so true, I don't remember where I heard it, but when you try to be everything to everyone, you end up being nothing to no one, right? And so a confused mind always says no. So if people come here and there's all these different things and we don't have a specific niche, it's going to be very hard to sell. Now, there are things that general stores like this can be used for. Testing is a great thing to use this for, right? If you want to just test a bunch of different niches, and maybe that's what Karen is doing here, this could be a great option because you can go and run ads and do targeted promotions for these different niches and see which product might start to take off. And then you can go create a niche store from that. But a lot of you guys know, it's my belief that you need a niche. You need a specific niche. If you don't know what a niche is, we want to have a store that's specifically, let's say, dog tees or sports tees or tech tees, or there's a million different niches that you could do. But you want to have a niche. It makes it a lot easier to market. And I believe having a niche and having a deep niche is the quickest way to get sales and make profits by being niche down. So this store is general. So that would be the first thing is I just don't see a niche here. Another thing that I would see is, and I'm just gonna go over a few things. Our titles, we don't have specific titles for these. We've just got kind of generic titles here. We've also got kind of weird pricing. Everything is kind of priced at these weird kind of prices. From a design perspective, I think that the store is very unique from a design, from overall design perspective. You got some weird things here showing up on my screen like this text. Is this on Shopify? I don't know if you're using Shopify here. Doesn't look like Shopify. It looks like it might be something else. But from a design perspective, there's a lot going on. My eyes are kind of all over the place. And I think there could be something to that. I think that it's interesting for sure. Generally, my go-to is going to be a white background, keeping it very simple because simple converts. Complex a lot like this, with a lot of things going on with very intense designs, doesn't usually convert very well. Simpler the better. So that's a few things that I would say here. Just overall, there's no niche. I believe you need a niche to sell really well and sell quickly, start making sales quickly, start making money quickly. You want to be niche down. But let's go over to a product page and let's see what we've got going on the product page. So I am going to pick, I'm going to pick this one because I think it's funny and I think it's a cool design. So let's pick this one. So let's see what we've got here. So we don't have, a product description. or we haven't written a product description. We just got the generic product description. So there are really, guys, a lot of you guys have been a part of the Add to Cart Blueprint, some other programs that we have. If you have, what I teach is there are 4 elements of a great product page. Okay, the product page is where the sales happen. You want people clicking that Add to Cart button. And there are 4 elements that you need on a high converting product page. Number 1 is your product description. Okay, product description is right here on this page. And as of right now, Karen hasn't written a product description for this product. It's very important that we don't just leave the generic product description, because we want to write a product description that really connects with our customer and explains, talks about what kind of emotional connection they have to this design, or what this design means for them, right? So we don't have a product description. And another thing that you always want to do, another tip for your product descriptions, is that we want to focus on benefits and not features. So things here like light fabric, 4.5 ounce per yard squared, parentheses 153 grams /M2. I wouldn't even call that a feature. I would call it like a specification, and no one cares about that. So if the simple rule is if nobody cares about it, take it off your website, okay? Nobody cares, take it off your website. So these kind of technical specs, people don't really care about. So we want to instead focus on the benefits. What kind of benefits would a potential customer get from shopping with your brand, and what kind of benefits would they get from this t-shirt? We probably want to tell them about the fit. We want to say, hey, this fit is going to be perfect for you. We probably want to tell them about how soft and comfortable the t-shirt is. We probably want to tell them about the shipping time. We probably want to tell them about the return policy potentially. We might want to tell them where the item is printed. We want to just talk about why they would want to buy this. Why would they want to buy this design? And if we know who it's for, which this design, I don't know that we know exactly who it's for. We know it's women. That's not specific enough, though. We need to get more specific. Who is this design for? When we know who it's for, that allows us to speak to them a lot easier, right? So if this is a t-shirt for moms, we can speak directly to moms in this description, and that's going to make our product description a lot more effective. Karen, yeah, hopefully you're learning from this and not. I know it's easy to feel discouraged in this kind of stuff. I hope that it's encouraging and not discouraging, because I think that you've got a lot of really good stuff here, and I do want to let you know that you've got very clever designs. You've got a really good eye for design. I think that's awesome. So that's a great place to start. So number 1 is our product description. Number 2 is our photos. I think the mock-up is fine here. Nothing wrong with this mock-up. It's a nice mock-up. The only other thing that I would suggest on the mock-ups is to have maybe a few mock-ups of somebody wearing the t-shirt so that we can see what it looks like on a person. Another big thing here, guys, is, and this would be something for everybody watching, the more that we can lessen the decisions that somebody has to make on our website, the higher our conversions will be. So what I see here on the product page that really needs to be changed is how many colors we have. We have so many options here. Let's look at our colors. We have a lot of options, okay? We need to lessen those options. As a general rule of thumb, I only usually recommend that you have like 3 to 5 designs, right? The more options that we have, the lower our conversion rate will be. People will get decision fatigue, whatever you call it, paralysis, that kind of thing, and they'll just leave the website, right? If we have less options, we actually increase our conversion rate. And normally what I recommend is, start with the most popular t-shirt colors. The most popular t-shirt colors: black, white, heather gray, navy. They're pretty obvious. If we just start with those t-shirt colors, we'll have a lot better option, or a lot better, we'll have a lot better chance of having sales by just simplifying everything. So less mock-ups, less colors. We need to write a product description. This add to cart button, we don't want our add to cart button to just blend into the background. You can see we've got our buy now button is actually sticking out more. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because this person, whoever's shopping here, could buy with either one of those buttons. So I'm not really going to hate on that too much. But generally, I like there to just be one add to cart button, because again, remember, less options, higher conversion. So if we just have one button, we have a better chance of getting the sale here. So I like there to be a big, bold, bright add to cart button there. So let's go back to our P's. We got product description. We got photos. Next is pricing. This is a little high for pricing. I don't think it's bad. I think this could be an advantage for you being a premium tea. So I would really focus on how premium this tea is, how high quality this tea is if you're going to charge $28. But generally, I would be more at the 25 and under price point for just the standard pricing. So our pricing might need to be adjusted there a little bit unless you really want to go into that. You really want to sell that premium aspect of your t-shirt. And the last element of our product page that we need here that we don't have is we need proof. Social proof and reviews. So right now I haven't seen any on your website yet, Karen. I may have missed it somewhere, but we don't have any reviews. We don't have any social proof. So that is a must. If we want to make sales, we have to have proof. We have to have reviews. And you can get reviews even if you don't have sales. So you guys, you don't have to have sales to get reviews, right? You can get people to just say what they think about the design, right? You can text people, you can text friends, family members, all that kind of stuff. You can ask for it on social media. You can consider sending out a few free items in exchange for a review, but you got to have reviews. 81% of potential customers or of shoppers don't feel safe on websites that they haven't been to before. So we got to make sure that we're doing everything to look professional, credible. All those things are so important. So proof. And just being super nitpicky here, I think that I'm not sure why this form is here. Probably need to get rid of the form on the product page. And all of this blank blue space here, it doesn't have a purpose, so we need to try to get rid of that blue space. Karen, I don't think this is on Shopify, but I think it would look a lot better just being on Shopify. It would have a lot better chance of succeeding. And Joseph pointed out that villain is spelled wrong. I was wondering that, but I didn't want to say it just because I wasn't sure. So I don't know if that was on purpose, spelling villain that way or whatever. But overall, Karen, I think that you've got some good design ideas here. I just think from a website perspective, number one, you need a niche. You need to pick a niche because you don't have one right now. Number two, you need to narrow down who you actually want to sell to. Those are always the top two questions that I want you to answer when you're starting a new business. Anybody that's watching, if you're starting a new t-shirt or apparel business, you got to ask, what do I want to sell? What niche do I want to be in? So the what, and who do I want to sell it to? And the more specific that you can be on those two things, the greater success you will have, okay? So it's very important. So you need to pick a niche. You need to figure out who you're selling to, narrow that all down. And then I would recommend that you would simplify the whole website, the color schemes, all the different videos and different things happening everywhere. I think a more traditional design would actually help you a lot. And then you really need to spend some time working on those product pages, implementing the 4 Ps: product description, photos, pricing, and proof. Those are the 4 things you need there. All right, Karen, thank you so much for letting me review your store. We're going to move on to our second store of the day. Again, thank you guys for tuning in today. And if you're just tuning in, we are taking reviews from the crowd. I'm just able to do 3 in the time slot that we have, and I think we already have those 3 here. So the next one that we have on my list, fameternal.com. Let's see if we can get that pulled up. fameternal.com. Pretty cool domain. fameternal.com. All right. I've never seen this website before, so I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna take a look, see what we see. fameternal.com. Here's what we go. Okay, so my first impressions based off of the name, just the name, is I think it's gonna be family related type stuff, but maybe not. Maybe not. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so not sure what it is yet still. Still not sure what it is. This might be just something I'm not familiar with. Okay, focus on the love. Pretty cool. Okay, focus on the love. All right. Cool. I mean, so far, cool designs. I love what you like. I think I have a pair of these camo shorts, but not with that design on them. But they look exactly like a pair that I have. I just see the one design mainly at first glance, and let's go to t-shirts. So what I'm always looking for when I first hit these websites, I'm looking for the niche. What is the niche? Now, let me talk real quick. Let me spend a minute and talk to you guys about brand versus a niche store. Now, I believe you can have both. You can have brand and niche, and that's a good combo for sales. But there is a big difference between a brand, like an apparel brand, branded type, I don't know what else to call it, a brand. A brand would be like Gucci or like Gap or, Louis Vuitton. Like those are brands where they don't need to have niche designs because they have a brand that people love and people buy from them because they love that brand. Now, here's what I would say. Here's what I want all of you guys to know. Building a straight up brand where you don't have niche designs is very difficult. It's a long-term play, and you're going to have to be very unique. It can be done, okay? Obviously, there are successful brands. There are a ton of successful brands. It can be done, but it's very, very difficult. If you're going to start up the next Supreme, the next Stussy, or some kind of brand, it's going to be very hard. It's going to require a lot of capital. It's going to require a long-term marketing strategy that is really, you're going to be in for the long haul, okay? Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, I'm going to go full screen for just a second, and I will get back to this, but I want to talk about it in relation to the store. On the opposite end of the spectrum, you have a niche apparel store. That is where we can throw up designs in a certain niche that speak to a certain customer that is passionate about something. We talked about, it could be board games, it could be plants, it could be, we have niches in the Shirt School family, people that serve niches, all different kinds, like hundreds and thousands of niches, okay? So a niche style store is much, much easier to get off the ground, get sales quickly, and get people really buying from you and make money with, right? So I don't necessarily teach like straight up brand building a like apparel brand because it's a very hard, long road, okay? I believe the much easier and shorter path to success is creating a niche style store. And I recommend that you add a piece of that branding in. The more branded it can be with still being a niche, with still having a niche, that is really the best and quickest path to success. So I recommend that all of you guys have a niche, that you just don't try to build a straight up brand without a niche unless you really want to go long term and you're in for the long haul. It's going to be a difficult road. It can be done. That's not my preferred way, and that's why I don't teach that, because I want you to get success quickly. I want you to get sales quickly. So let's go back to our store. And so my first thing, again, I don't see a niche right off the bat. Fam Eternal. We've got the focus on the love shirt. I think this is a super cool design, but this to me falls more under a apparel brand and not like a niche style brand, if you will. Because I don't know immediately what the niche is. I don't know who this is for. I don't see any people right off the bat, so I don't know who the customer you're going after is. Let's click on one of these t-shirts though and see what we've got. Okay. So we've got an interesting theme here. This theme. I don't think this is going to sell with this theme. I don't know how else to say that. Like, this t-shirt is so big. We need to do a different Shopify theme. If this is on Shopify, yeah, it's on Shopify. We need a different theme because we don't want our product page to look like this. This t-shirt is massive. So that would just be, I definitely would recommend that you switch themes. Again, going back to the 4 Ps that we talked about with the last person, we don't see really any of those here. We don't see we just see one photo. We don't have a product description. We don't have proof. And we have our pricing's probably fine. That's really only one of the 4 Ps that's really on point here. So it's a little bit hard for me to do the review here because we need a lot of changes right off the bat. We need a new theme. When we go back to the homepage, I think the homepage looks okay. I like the way this is kind of laid out, but those product pages are tough. So let's click on our women's shorts here. Yeah, I mean, if this is the design you want to go with, that's fine. I don't know that this is going to work really super well for you with this theme, but I could be wrong. You could definitely test it. So again, this looks more like a brand style store. I don't know what the niche is. I don't know who it's for. I haven't seen a person yet, so I literally have no idea who this is for. Um, and I only see the one design. So it's really hard for me to give a lot of feedback here. I don't know if this is incomplete or if this is like fully what you're going for, Fame Eternal. Um, but my best advice would be, if you're doing more of a branded thing, a la Supreme, Gucci, whatever, whatever brand you want to point out, it's going to be a long, hard road. You're really going to have to communicate on this website, what the mission statement is, who this is for. And I will say this, even if you're going fully brand, if you're just trying to fully build an apparel brand, you still need to be really clear on who you want to serve, okay? If you think about the brands that we've mentioned, like Supreme or Gucci or whatever, they have a very specific customer avatar. It's pretty clear who those people serve, right? The Supreme is a streetwear brand, and they're serving, I would say a younger generation that is into high fashion. They're pretty clear on who they're serving. If you go look at their social media, likely you're going to see a lot of the same looking people. So you really need to know, you need to define who this is for. And maybe you have. I just don't see that right here on the website. Like, I don't see an about us, I don't think. I don't see any much text. I don't see any pictures of people. So I have no idea what this brand means. I have no idea who it's for. I'm completely just like, I don't know. This could be for old people. It could be for young people. It could be for anybody. I don't know who it's for. I don't really know what the point of this brand or this website is. And so I think that, again, going back to the start, just the foundation of what makes a successful apparel brand, we got to answer those two questions. What niche are we going to sell in? And what products are we going to sell? So the what, the products and niche, and then the who. Who is it going to be for? The more specific we can be about that. Think about things like location, gender, occupation, all kinds of stuff. Jeff pointed out there's a little hamburger menu. Let's see what we got here. So here's the hamburger menu. It looks like the same as we have up here. So I still just don't know what this is. I don't know. It looks awesome. I'm going to say that. Like, I think the designs are very cool. I just don't know what they mean. We got to put like a purpose with these designs. Like, who is this for? Why is this for some charity or some kind of message that you're trying to get across? Like, there just needs to be more here. So I don't know if this is incomplete. I'm going to kind of move on because I'm just repeating myself at this point, but I'm not sure what this is. So, but I think the designs are super cool. I think they potentially could sell, but I don't see immediately like any certain niche that they're in. So it's going to be hard to market this, especially at the beginning here as you're starting out. I don't know. You could be already selling. I have no idea, but we're going to kind of move to our third one after we go into words of wisdom. So let me take this off the screen. It is time for words of wisdom. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Interesting live stream today because we're kind of all over the place today, just kind of taking stories off the bat. But I want to give you some words of wisdom today, and it's a little bit different for words of wisdom. This is kind of speaking from the heart a little bit in the words of wisdom segment today. So a little bit from the heart, kind of going off the cuff here. No problem, fam. Hopefully we can take a look at your site later and maybe give some more feedback. This is what I want to say for the words of wisdom today. This is from my own journey of doing this thing, t-shirts and teaching people and all the things that we do here at Shirt School. What I wanted to tell you today is this: be thankful for what you have and where you are right now. Okay, even if you are not where you want to be eventually, none of us are. Okay, I am not where I want to be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So be thankful for what you have and where you are. Whatever you're doing right now, do it with everything that you have. Okay, if you're working a full-time job, if you're in maybe a job that you don't want to be in, you're really you want to build that t-shirt or apparel business, and you're like, I can see it, but I don't exactly know how I'm going to get there yet. Do what you're doing right now with everything that you have, because this is why. Everything that you are doing right now is preparing you for what is coming later. You might not know what that is or when it's coming, but it is coming. And I promise you that what you're doing right now, again, a side hustle, the job that you're in, where you're at with your family, where you're at with your finances, all of those things that you are facing, maybe it's COVID, right? I mean, a lot of people still feeling the repercussions from that and still coming out of it. wherever you are at, it is preparing you for what is coming next. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit deeper just for a few more minutes here because I really want you to understand what I'm saying. If you guys have heard my journey, some of you guys have, some of you haven't. I'm not going to go deep into my journey today, but I was working in retail. And what I've realized lately is I've realized that my management position in retail many, many years ago was preparing me to be an entrepreneur and run a business. I was running my own store as a retail manager, and I didn't know that those skills that I was learning, 5 years down the road was going to be important when I'm hiring employees here for my online business and having to train employees and manage employees. Those skills I was learning years ago prepared me for today. I got fired from my job in retail and I started selling t-shirts. Guess what, guys? I would have never started selling t-shirts if I hadn't gotten fired from my job. So something at the time that felt like it was horrible, like my career was over, turned into the greatest thing that could have ever happened to me. Started selling t-shirts. T-shirts led me to so many things, lots of failures and lots of ups and downs and lots of successes. But then t-shirts led me to start to teach others how to do it. That's what I do at Shirt School, right? And t-shirts have led me on this journey of teaching others. I had no idea when I started selling t-shirts that years later I would start helping others learn how to do it and that it would create this bigger purpose in my life. And I just want to wrap this segment up by saying it's crazy today, and I am not where I want to be. So I just want to make that clear. I don't have all the answers. I'm not a guru, okay? All this stuff. But when I look back on it, I go, man, I had just like the failures, the successes, all those things. I'm like, it's amazing that all of that led me to where I am today, to be here with you guys, to be able to do what I'm doing. It's pretty incredible. Last thing I want to say, there are still days I wake up and I feel like I'm living the dream. I want to be honest. I feel like I'm living the dream because I get to do this every day and do some really cool stuff. But there are still days that I wake up and I don't want to do it. I'm just being transparent with you. There are still days that I wake up and I don't want to do it. There are days when I'm like, man, I don't want to do the live stream today. I don't want to do the t-shirt thing today. I don't want to make another YouTube video, whatever it is that I'm doing. But when I step back and put it in perspective, oh my gosh, I am so thankful to be able to do what I'm doing. And I'm learning that even when there are trials, even when there are things that feel like failures, that those are preparing me for what's next, even if I don't realize it. So wherever you are at in your journey, you are being prepared for that next level. You're being prepared for that next thing that you're going to hit. That might be a month from now. That might be 6 months from now. It might be 5 years from now, but you are being prepared. Be aware of that and be thankful for where you are at. That's from the heart. I love you guys. I'm very, very honored to get to do what I do each day. And again, I have to put that in perspective on a daily basis because you just get used to being where you're at. And I'm going to move to the next store, but you get used to being where you're at and it just becomes routine. And then it becomes, sometimes you don't want to do it. And so you have to put it in perspective and be very thankful for where you're at. And I love getting to do what I get to do. All right. Our last store of the day, MrQsTees.com is the one that I've got here. Let me see if I can get that pulled up. Boom. All right, I got it. Let's see. John says, great words of wisdom. Thank you for bringing the fire. I hope that was helpful. Sometimes the words of wisdom, they're not good. I see people drop off the stream, but I like to share from the heart. James says, thank you for sharing, Carrie. I love the honesty so much. Somebody said, hey, hey, hey. Karen says, you're so righteous. I'm not going to put that on the screen because I don't like that comment, Karen. I appreciate it, but I'm not. I'm not righteous. Don't want to say that. All right. Okay, our last store of the day, MrQsTees.com. We are here on Mr. Q's Tees and put the Launch Your Brand Challenge back up there just so you guys have that if you'd like to join the next 5-day Launch Your Brand Challenge starting on October 18th. We got Mr. Q's Tees here. All right, so I see some puppies. Some puppy dogs. I like that. Let's scroll down here and let's see what we got. My friend Mr. Q. My human and I started this business to help other dogs, cats, yes, cats too, or any other type of pet that needed a safe place to call home. Mr. Q's Tees will donate a minimum of $1 from every sale to animal shelters to help find home for our friends in need. Awesome. See some playset models here, looking very cool. All right, so we got a lot to dissect here. First thing I would say, let's talk about the color scheme a little bit. It's something we haven't really talked about much today on our stores. I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's bad. I do think that the yellow and the gray don't really mix together. So you might do some, I think the yellow is probably fine. Maybe do something else with the gray. Something's not quite flowing too well for me here. Even like this text color on the button just doesn't really mesh with that yellow. So there might be an opportunity there to change that up a little bit. I think the niche is well defined. That's good. That's great. I'm glad to see that on one of our stores today where we do have a definite kind of niche. Although I do see some things like this that don't really seem like they fit. Maybe I'm missing something though. Here's a big one that I would see that I do talk about from time to time for a lot of you guys on your stores. You want to make sure that your pictures match. So that's one thing I see here right on the front page, that we've got a lot of different size pictures and we've got a lot of different kinds of mock-ups. We've got mock-ups of people. We've got just more general mock-ups. And then they're all different sizes, right? So this website would instantly look a lot better if we had our mock-ups were all the same size, so like square, right? Just make them all a square, crop them all to a square. And if they matched. So like looking at these mock-ups here, this one right here of this lady, that one's the one that sticks out to me the most, that it doesn't really match the other mock-ups. So we want to try to have similar looking people, similar looking pictures, similar quality pictures. This one looks like it's almost blurry or just like a different style, where these look very crisp. So that would be a big thing here on the front. Now, I got to go back to the niche real quick because I see a lot of pride stuff, which is totally fine. But I thought this was going to be doggy stuff, cat stuff. So I'm not sure if I'm not quite getting it yet, or if you've just put some stuff here that you put a couple different niches here. Let me look in the t-shirts and kind of see what we've got. So Mr. Q's tees, we've got, I just rescued from some wine. It was trapped in a bottle. Underestimate me. That'll be fun. Yeah. So the big thing here, again, we talked a lot about niche today. It was for Pride Month. That's great. The issue with that, the proper way to do that for sales, Larry, is that's okay. That's okay. But the proper way that you want to do that is if you're going to be a dog store for dog stuff, be a dog store. And if you want to combine other niches, you can do that. So like for on your designs. So like for these Pride designs, if you just add something about a dog on there and mix the two, you can do that still, right? But if you're going to have a dog store, we want to make sure everything is dog related somehow. That doesn't mean we can't combine other niches like Pride with dogs, but when we've just got kind of almost seemingly random designs on there that don't fit, again, it's that message to market match. There's a good chance that a lot of people who are interested in doggy tees may not be interested in the Pride stuff. So when they come here looking for dog tees, or they come from an ad and then they start surfing around, they're like, wait, I thought this was a dog store. I'm not into Pride stuff. What's going on? And then vice versa. If somebody that's into Pride stuff, they come to the store and they're like, what's up with all these dog tees? It's that mismatch, right? And it doesn't really make sense. So we want to make sure that if we're going to go all in on the dog niche, let's do it. Let's go in on the dog niche. I love that you're combining like wine and dogs on some of these. That's really great. And that's the same thing that I would do with the Pride stuff. So that would be a big thing. Another thing that I'm seeing here on the collections page is we just have a lot of photos that are different sizes, different looks. Larry, I don't think that you're clear yet on who you want to serve. So if we're gonna do the dog niche, which is great, I think that's a great niche to go into. The next question we want to ask is, who do we want to serve? Who is the ideal customer? If you could, and guys, when you're picking your ideal customer, listen, you want to get as specific as possible when you're just starting out. That doesn't mean later on down the road that you can't expand who you serve, but when you're just starting out, you want to get as specific as possible. What do I mean by that? Well, what I see here on this store, we see an older gentleman right next to a really young woman. And those two people are completely different shoppers. They don't shop at the same places, okay? So we got to be clear on who we want to target and who we want our products to be for. We can start by saying, what is the gender? And it can be, male, female, whatever. It can be both. I'm not saying it can't be both, but we got to answer that question first. What gender? Okay, let's say it's both, right? Okay, what age group? We probably, when we're just starting out, we want to try to narrow that into, I would say 10 to 15 years at most. So we can say 25 to 35. Maybe we can say 25 to 40. But even if you think about that, do 25-year-olds shop at the same stores as 40-year-olds? Not really, right? So you got to ask these questions, and that's really going to help you get clarity on your ideal customer. So the more you can narrow that down, then you can think about things like location, right? Maybe your brand, you only want to serve people in a certain state or a certain city or a certain country. Okay, we think about location. Then we start thinking about demographics. Are there certain occupations that you want to serve? And so anyways, so yeah, Larry says, I was picking mock-ups to match the shirt, so I had it backwards. Yeah, you want to pick shirt designs and mock-ups that match your ideal customer. So you're exactly right, Larry. You had it a little bit backwards. But the clearer you guys can get on that who, I can't stress that enough. You start asking those questions. Where do they live? What do they do for a living? What is their gender? What is their occupation? Right? One of the questions you might ask if you're in the Christian niche, what subset of religion are they into? There are so many questions you can ask based off of your niche. A question that Larry might ask is, the people who I'm targeting, what kind of dogs do they have? Because certain types of people might have different types of dogs, right? And so the clearer you can get on these questions, the more success you will have, and it will make it much easier to market. I can't stress that enough, guys, that when you get clarity on what niche, what products, and who you are serving, that makes your marketing so much easier because you can speak their language. You can speak directly to that person, and it makes it so much more effective. So I am going to stop there for the day. I hope this has been helpful today. I feel like it's been a little bit crazy. I haven't been super clear with everything that I've wanted to say, and I want to be as clear as possible to help you guys as much as possible. I do want to say this. If you're not part of the 5-day Launch Your Brand Challenge coming up, starting on Monday, 10/18, I want you to get your spots saved. It's $7 this time, carrieegler.com/LYB. So make sure you go get your spot if you want to be a part of that challenge. If you want to start and launch your online apparel business and you want my help doing that, go get signed up for that. The last thing I want to ask you is I want some feedback. Let me know if this was helpful today, if you guys like this format where maybe once a month we'll take stores from the comments as opposed to the stores that you guys have submitted. Owen says, learned a lot. See you on the challenge. Very excited for the challenge, Owen. Here's what's cool about the challenge, guys, is today my thoughts are so scattered, right? We're looking at these right off the bat, and you're getting a lot of different pieces. But what the challenge is going to do is it's going to walk you step by step very clearly through each step that you need to go through. So that's why I love the challenge, is because it's very planned out step by step that you can do with me as I go. So thank you for your feedback. Maybe we'll do this again next month. Larry says, I needed this so bad. You have me excited again. Awesome. So glad to hear that, Larry. If you guys need anything at all, reach out. We love you, and we will see you. Dodd says crystal clear directives. See, I felt like it was a little muddy today, murky. Like I couldn't quite get the right thoughts that I wanted to get out today. So I'm glad to hear that, Dodd, that it was helpful. Guys, have a great day. We will see you next week. All right.